Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Welcome to Papa Boris playing Hearthstone Goblins versus Gnomes. This is a huge moment. Every single one of my daily quests, all three, will be completed if I can win 2 games in this run. So that's my main objective right now. I gotta win 2 games before I lose 2. Right, because I can only lose 2 more. So win 2 before I lose 2. This deck, as you might recall from yesterday's video, is just phenomenally bad. No fireballs, no frostbolts, a polymorph. I did get 2 flame strikes. I guess if it were to attain truly horrific status, this deck would have had to have 0 flame strikes. To compound my troubles is the fact that this draw is awful. Although I have really good cards here, I don't think I can afford to keep those. We'll just keep the Acolyte in case I need to play it on turn 3. I'd rather not. And here, okay, everything turned around. Got a pair of 2/3s here. Now the main problem with 2/3s, of course, is that if the opponent plays 3 toughness minions, you're kind of at a loss, but whatever. I'm not going to be picky and choosy here. We've got a good curve, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and then that'll give me a couple of draws to find something to do on turn 4. Currently, I've just got some endgame here. Need to draw a bit of mid-game and we'll be good. Alright, there's the Mech Warper. Now here's an interesting moment, because if I leave this thing alive, then my opponent might actually just be able to get a cheap mech next turn. So, out of respect for that, I'm going to kill it. This isn't my favorite thing to do, because I would have rather had an extra minion on the table. But, you know, don't let paladins keep creatures and all that. So, yeah, he's going to make a recruit now, which makes sense. Here I have a tough choice. I can either let this thing die to the recruit, or I can ping it. But if I ping it, then I'm not getting any forward progress. So I'm actually going to go ahead and ping this thing. So right now I'm up a card. And I'm just basically waiting for him to do something. Playing this wouldn't have done me really any good against if he played like something like a Yeti or something right now. So I might as well have just, you know, kept my card advantage. Okay, does he have a Yeti? Does he have a Senjin? I mean, I have some insurance here with the Flame Strike. Alright, he's going to take a 50-50 chance of killing this. This is a huge coin flip right here. Huge. Oh my god. And I catch a really lucky break. I'll just be totally honest. That was incredibly lucky because, of course, now I get to kill the Knife Juggler. If the knife had hit my Snow Chugger, he'd still have a Knife Juggler out right now. Alright, so I chose to play this. I could have pinged the Recruit and played this one for a Protector, but I can't just ignore, you know, my minions all day and ping his Recruits every single time. I'll take a risk here. Of course, if he plays Blessing of Kings, this guy will get buffed to be a 5/5, and then he'll trade. If he has a True Silver Champion, that's not a spell. He can then kill that with the Recruit. He's got a Sludge Belcher, which is alright. It's annoying, but it's alright. He should really keep this Recruit around. I guess he thinks, let me throw the Recruit away so it doesn't get pinged, but I got better things to do than ping his Recruits. I think he made a misplay there. I think he should have kept the Recruit alive, because creatures are a good thing to have. Okay, so I can play the Fen Creeper to defend against the Sludge Belcher, or I can play the Stranglethorn Tiger, which will kill this, but it will also give him access to my Trog there. Let's go ahead and do this. I think I want to get that Sludge Belcher dead. Alright, this thing is gonna cost 7 mana. Yeah, it's not gonna be playable for a while. I'm not even gonna bother with this. It's just a dead card. I'll play the Ogre, hopefully. Alright, let's see if he plays a spell to get a student. He does not. Okay. Alright, I'm not concerned about this Violet Teacher here just because I've got Flame Strike. So what I'm gonna do is keep it simple. Let's kill the Sludge Belcher. And let's kill off this little Oozlet. And then I gotta decide. I could protect these minions with my Fen Creeper, or I could play the Ogre just for the bigger body and then let him go to town on these guys. Well, let's play the Fen Creeper. I think there's some value to protecting my guys like this, even though it means I'm not spending my full mana. Simply because he could have killed this one, and then with a little bit of a buff, he could have killed the Tiger as well. This way, there's actually a chance these guys are going to live and deal some damage before they go to the great beyond. This thing, he's been playing 1 card a turn, so this will actually be playable next turn. It's got some issues. I mean, it gets humiliated about as well as the Ogre does, and if he has Big Game Hunter, that'll kill the Clockwork Giant, but not the Ogre. Am I really going to play around Big Game Hunter? No. So I might end up playing this if it's 7 mana, because playing the Ogre and having a mana left over would be kind of pointless. Okay, makes a Recruit. I'm making a Recruit like every turn, and a Sea Giant. Okay, well, I guess that's one way to do it. Now we need to think. So, the Sea Giant, unfortunately, I can play the Wolf to buff this up by 1, and then ping it, getting the Sea Giant down to 1 health. Not quite good enough. I could play the Cold Light Oracle to make this Clockwork Giant cheaper, but that combo I can do later on. I don't need to rush it. I could play a Flame Strike. This would be down to 4 then. I'd have to throw the Tiger at it to finish it off. I could just throw these 2 guys at the Sea Giant as well. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Ah, man. Sea Giant's tough. I could let the Sea Giant kill the Fen Creeper, I guess. Is an option as well. Not sure what the right move is. I mean, I could play this, but then the Fen Creeper will have died before they trade, so it won't be quite as good. If it hits the Fen Creeper, then Flame Strike doesn't quite finish it off. Tough call here. Tough call. Well, I don't think I want to play the what's his face? The big giant or the Flame Strike. I want to save the Flame Strike for later. So what I did here is I made it so that when the Sea Giant attacks, it'll take an extra damage, and then Flame Strike will finish it off, along with anything else he might play this turn. Kodo, please do not kill my Acolyte. It kills my Acolyte, so that stops you from getting any cards. Ouch. It also doesn't die to Flame Strike, so double ouch. There's a Loot Hoarder, which gives him a card after Flame Strike. So again, Flame Strike is just not looking very good here. Cone of Cold. Okay, that is actually great. So the question is it worth playing Cone of Cold in order to, which will pass me up on playing the Boulder Fist Ogre? And the answer is, I think so. So we're going to play Cone of Cold there. We'll leave his stuff alive because it's all going to die to Flame Strike. Play that there. Ping him in the face. Swing and swing. Now you might say, Boris, he realizes now you've got a Flame Strike because you didn't ping his creature and you pinged his face, but that's fine by me. If he's not going to play creatures because of Flame Strike, that's a victory. And he seems not to have any removal. He would have played a Consecration ages ago if he'd had that. So I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Alright, he puts the Panda, or the Kodo back in his hand, so now it's going to actually kill the Wolf. Oh, that's really annoying. That Kodo has just been monstrously good. Now, however, it will die to Flame Strike because I have enough mana to ping it as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this. This is fine. Got another Flame Strike in the deck if needed. I got 5 damage on the table, which is a big deal because he's only at 12 health. The Clockwork Giant's going to be playable. Unless he has been saving up a bunch of little minions and empties his hand, I guess. But in any case, I have the Ogre. I've got a Silence to get past taunts, like that one. Healer is fine. Okay. Let's silence this up. Swing for 5 damage. I can either play the Ogre and ping, or I can just play the big giant. Let's go ahead and play the giant. This is going to be difficult for him to kill because it's he's only got 7 damage on the table, so he's going to have some kind of a buff if he wants to kill the Clockwork Giant. And then, of course, there's the rest of my minions to deal with as well. He needs another taunt, but I've got, you know, a sort of arcane intellect here to find my answers. Polymorph would do the job. And I think Polymorph would be my only answer to a taunt at this point. But I'll draw 1 card for my turn and then 2 more from the Cold Light Oracle, so that's 3 cards I'm drawing. He could win this, but it's going to be difficult because he's not ahead on cards. He has 7 to my 7, and he is way down in life. I am out of burn range completely, and he has to kill everything I play. Okay, so he killed all that stuff. Does he have a humility? He's got an unstable ghoul, which is clever because I'll have to use the giant to attack the ghoul. Actually, wait, don't have to talk about it. I can just use the owl and ping. Unless, of course, this is noble sacrifice. But if it's noble sacrifice, then, you know, whatever. Blessing of Kings. Interesting that he didn't want to use that to kill my giant. Alright, a charged creature would be good for fishing out a noble sacrifice. Don't find it, but I do find something that's just as good. So, well, hang on a minute. If I flip this and ping it, it'll pop, and then my giant would end up running into noble sacrifice. So before I commit to that, let me see if I have, if I can get a polymorph, which will let me get past this and definitely win. Okay. Let's fish one more time. I still have enough mana to do Crazed Alchemist ping, so that's fine. See if we can get a polymorph here. The answer is we can't, but we can get Wolf Rider. Alright, so here's the way you do it. First, you run the Owl in to check for Noble Sacrifice. Wait, what am I talking about? I didn't need to do any of that. I was a little bit too clever for my own good. Because if he has a Noble Sacrifice, the Owl... Oh, alright. So if he has a Noble Sacrifice, it stops the Owl from hitting this. Never mind, I did need to do all this because now I need the Wolf Rider to get past the guy so I can hit him in the face. Now, because I spent 6 mana drawing cards, I didn't have mana left over to ping his face, but he obviously isn't going to be able to kill me here. Unless he plays, like, Holy Champion twice, which is possible. But Fen Creeper doesn't stop me from pinging him with my overpowered hero ability. Does he have a heal? He does not. GG. Alright. Good game. Good game. So I need one more win. You're going to see this. That's great when they all line up. One of them is 60 gold, the other two are 40 gold, but I don't care really. I used to be, you know, always reroll your 40 gold quests to try to get 60 golds, but if you only play for 45 minutes a day, which is what I do, then you actually end up falling a little bit behind on being able to complete the quests if you always go for the 60 golders. And then the gold that you lose by having a quest not entered for the day is greater than the gold you gain by having 60 gold quests. Okay, Cyrus. I got 2 chances to get a win. First chance is up against Cyrus. Now, normally Mage against Hunter is fine. You both burn each other a lot. My issue is that actually I'm not very good at burning right now because this Mage deck is so bad. So I could get in trouble if he's actually really good at burning and I'm not, because I don't have that much taunt and I don't have that much burn. Okay, so the interesting question here is, do you play the Geomancer or the Mech Warper? The Mech Warper survives Arcane Shot. I don't have any mechs, but he doesn't know that. The Geomancer has an interesting advantage in that it allows me to play Arcane Explosion for 2 damage across the board and kill a 3-2. But if he plays a 2-3, it's just really annoying. So I think this all around is better, especially the fact that it survives Arcane Shot. A third option would have been to do nothing, but I want to get off to a fast start against this person because if I fall behind, he could burn me out quite easily as a Hunter. Alright, he steady shots, which is pretty slick. For me, that is. And, yeah, I'm not going to slow roll it or anything. We're just going to play the Geomancer and attack. Oh, I had a lot of mechs. I have a decent number of mechs in this deck, but couldn't draw one. Couldn't get my Harvest Golem. Harvest Golem man on turn 2, that would have been phenomenal, but not to be. Okay, so now he actually has a really slow start. This is ponderously slow. There's a couple of things I could do right now. One, I can actually play the Coldite Oracle, because that might make some amount of sense here. He's been playing very slowly. I could play the Shattered Sun Cleric, buff this up so it survives against multi-shot, which he almost certainly has, given that he played nothing on turn 3. I could play the Acolyte, which doesn't help anything survive against multi-shot, but it draws me a card if I do get multi-shot. Let's go for the Cleric. So my thinking here is just trying to, you know, get some damage on. This is 5 damage I just dealt to him. I have a total of 8 damage on the table. You know, this puts some pressure on him. Now, multi-shot might get him up a card. There's a 1 in 3 chance it'll kill these two, but if it hits this one and one of the other ones, then it's actually not going to get him up a card. Ooh, okay, so he's got that guy. Well, there's a variety of ways I could deal with it. I was thinking of doing Arcane Explosion for 2 damage and then attacking for 3, but this guy I think is even better. There's a risk now of, you know what I'm talking about, right? The Mind Control attack. So for that reason, I'm actually not going to be greedy. I'm going to keep this guy to full 4 health against multi-shots and explosive shots and so forth, and just hit him for 5 damage, clear his guy. So now I'm a card up, actually. He's got 7 cards versus my 7, soon to be 8. Wait, no, I'm not up a card. I lost a minion to that, so no, we're equal. Okay, he gets Hounds. Does he have a way to buff the Hounds for extra damage? He has Bestial Wrath. Okay, well, that's one way to do it, I guess. Alright, so he kills my biggest thing. Gets to keep the Hound, of course. Web Spinner. Now, we got a couple of different options here. I can play Arcane Explosion, of course, which will just clear his board. Or I could play the Acolyte and ping something, and then try to use the Acolyte to gain extra cards. The thing is, maybe I would do that if I were like a Druid, but as a Mage, I can ping this Acolyte in general. I don't see a reason to go fancy here. Let's just play this to clear his board. Give him his Beast. And then I'll keep the Wolf Rider in reserve for, you know, explosive back pocket damage that he doesn't know about. And I'll play this guy to try to get some cards. I have a polymorph in case he plays like a Savannah Highmane or something. He just had a really slow start. For a first player to not have anything on turn 3 besides hero ability is very, very slow and hard to get away with. Your opponent needs to have a really bad draw later, or you need to have some really amazing stuff. And Hounds plus Bestial Wrath was cool, but it wasn't good enough to get him back in the game. So let's see if he can get back in the game here. Especially because I can get cards back with the Acolyte. And I can get cards with the Coldlight Oracle. Right now the Coldlight Oracle benefits me more than him because I've already got stuff on the board. He doesn't need more cards, he needs board. Okay, so he can kill off my Stormwind Knight or perhaps my Geomancer. Looks like he's afraid of the spell damage actually, which is reasonable. Let's draw cards this way. Wait a minute, hold on. He's got more than enough cards. I could do it this way just so I get an extra minion on the table. I think that's the right move. Let's go ahead and draw cards like this, put it in the middle against Explosive Shot. Direwolf Alpha gives me some interesting options. I could actually play it and then throw the Acolyte at the commander. Or I could Wolf Rider kill the commander. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do this. This seems fine. So we will kill the commander and get a card. Crazed Alchemist. Swing. Okay, he's got... What is this? 8 cards to my 7, soon to be 8. I've got more card draw here. Got 12 turns to ping him to death, but I've also got card draw and a Wolf Rider take him down to 9 and all these minions. So he's got to really clear this board. It's a bit difficult for a Hunter to clear this, actually. He needs like Unleash the Hounds on a buff or something. And Hunters don't really... Oh, I guess he could use an Explosive Trap. That would be really good. Explosive Trap would have been pretty solid for him here. Okay, Hogger's a bit desperate. I have my pick of options now. Let's see. I could just Flame Strike, clear it out, and swing at him for, what is this? 5, 7 damage. I could Polymorph Hogger, but I think I'd rather save the Polymorph for a taunt that I can't easily get past. I can use the Knight to kill the Gnoll, or Coldlight Oracle plus a ping to kill the Hogger and hit for 2. It's a bit more conservative to do it that way. I could hit this Wolf Rider ping to kill the Hogger and swing for 5. Actually, if I put the Wolf Rider near the Wolf, I can kill it without having to ping him. So I swing for 5 and 6. Huh. These all seem reasonable options. I guess I will go for this. We'll hedge our bets here. I'll kill the Hogger. Like that. Oh, I should really have drawn cards. Shouldn't I? I should have drawn cards first, see what I could have gotten. Okay, that wouldn't have changed any of my plays. Swing, swing, and sure, I'll hang on to this in case he draws like a Gladiator's Longbow or something. This is very, very good, because it's almost like a charge creature. It can only be stopped by an intervening taunt, and I've already got an answer for taunt. He needs an Explosive Trap. He has a Cobra Shot, which is not what he needs. It's a really cool new card. I like this a lot. In my Hunter run, I was really sad that I got it, but never actually got to play it. But right now, spending 5 mana to kill a minion is not the way that he needed to proceed. Alright, well, let's go for broke. So we do this. Swing. And ping. And we're threatening lethal with this Tiger. I have a Polymorph for taunts. I've got this in case it's necessary for some waggy thing. Like, I guess if he played like that 2/5 untargetable guy, I could play the Crazed Alchemist. Is he going to gain 4 health back? He actually is. Okay. Cool for him. Here's where something like a Fireball would be helpful. Oh, no, never mind. He's just going to go up to 8. Okay, so, yeah. Okay. So now, got to think about this. If I attack and it's Explosive Trap or Freezing Trap or Misdirection, this thing's gonna die, and I can get him down to 3. Can't do any extra damage from my hand, unfortunately. Shoot. Well, if it's not one of those, if it's like a snipe, how could this be Explosive Trap? I mean, he would have played it before. Okay, so I'm just gonna check for this, because if it's a snipe or a snake, I'll win right now. Okay, I don't win. One of the things, it's Explosive Trap, but I guess he just top decked. I didn't see where it was, where it came from. Alright, I'm gonna hit him in the face with the Tiger. ping him. And we'll play the ogre, threatening the kill. So he needs to find another secret to heal back up to 6, but that's not enough because the ogre will actually kill him. He also then has to stop the ogre from attacking, so it has to be a misdirection or a freezing trap. Anyway, I'm not going to get burned out here, so I don't mind taking it somewhat slow to finish this guy off and secure my daily quest. This is the first time I've seen an Illuminator gain life for anyone. All the times I've had it, it was playing classes that don't have secrets. Okay, so he throws the Acolyte away, getting a card. He's fishing for an answer. What does he find? His problem is if he plays a secret, he gains life, but then the tiger can trigger the secret and the ogre can kill him. But if he kills the tiger, he's not going to gain the life from the Illuminator because he has to kill the Illuminator to kill the tiger. Alright, so Web Spinner, unless he has an Arcane Shot for this guy or a multi-shot, well, multi-shot can't be played. Unless he has an Arcane Shot to kill the tiger, or like a Bluegill Warrior, he's going to be screwed. Clive Zuka. Alright, I mean, that'll do it, I guess. We'll never know what that secret was, but again, I could just fish out the secret with the tiger and then hit him with the ogre after healed up to 6. Yay, I get 140 gold. It's like winning an arena. Woo! Well, almost like winning an arena. I'm actually getting up to 11,000. That's so cool. I never thought I'd see positive growth in my winnings after the streak I had in the fall. So thank you, Goblins versus Gnomes, for giving me hope again. Geez, I was so hung up on winning 2 more games with this atrocious deck that I actually forgot to think about the future. What do I want now? I don't know. I just want to play some games, I guess. Can't believe I made it to 5 with this hunk of junk. Miam. Worst matchup here, the Priest. Got a curve, 2, 3, 4. Might mulligan the 4. And I will. This dies to Shadow Word Pain. I don't want to hold on to it if there's a chance of drawing a 2-mana minion and having a faster start, which in fact is what happens. Okay, so I could play the Geomancer. The advantage of that is that it might take out the Shadow Word Pain so that my Snow Chugger could survive. However, the Geomancer could be really good later on with Arcane Explosion, so why not let him use Shadow Word Pain on the Snow Chugger and give the Geomancer a slightly higher chance of surviving. Did he say greetings? I should say greetings back. Hello. Okay. I want all the switches on red before I recombobulate my random item. What is that? Oh, it's a legendary crystal. Woo! Gone. Okay, he passes the turn. He's got nothing. That's great. So that's actually 2 opponents in a row having a slow start when I'm at a high win streak. Only 1 loss. Pretty cool. I'm not going to complain about that for sure. He's got a 3-drop. Is it something I can kill with Wolf Rider? It isn't, unfortunately. And I don't have enough mana left over to ping it. So yeah, that's a really good 3-drop for him. He can also heal it after killing one of my things. That gets him pretty much right back in the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Wolf Rider and just hit him in the face a bunch. I could have killed this by just 2-for-1ing myself voluntarily, but I figure let's go for the burn. If he wants to kill something and then heal it, he's going to pass the opportunity to play anything else. And he cannot play Holy Nova yet, because he's the first player who doesn't have the coin. He doesn't have Shadow Word Pain, or I'm sure he would have used it instead of passing the turn on Snow Chugger. So this guy has a decent chance of surviving, actually, which is good. If this guy's Divine Shield doesn't get popped, or there's no removal used that like gets past Divine Shield, then he's good. Wow, he actually chose to kill Snow Chugger. That surprises me, because it means he can't attack with this next turn. Ah, Explosive Sheep. Okay, so this thing is gonna pop, and it's going to kill all my stuff. Alright, well, let's think about this. These guys are gonna die to the sheep regardless. I could hit him in the face, run the Geomancer into the sheep. It pops, kills off the Geomancer, damages the tank. I play this, finish off the tank, and then I've got a 2-2. What are my other options? I could like run this in there. Run the Geomancer here and the Wolf Rider here, so that the board clears. Then I can play whatever I want, and then I play the Silvermoon Guardian. This way, I don't deal 3 damage to his face. So how much do I value getting 3 damage dealt to his face? It's a difference between a 2/2 or a 3/3 Divine Shield. I think actually the 3/3 Divine Shield is worth 3 damage. So I am in fact going to do it this way. So I run in there, and then run in there, and then I get to play this guy. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a Shadow Word Pain. I'm pretty sure he would have used those if he had them. So this thing should be good. Now if he does have a Shadow Word Pain that he top decks or slow rolled against me, then that just sucks. But I think he doesn't have one, so this thing is good to have on the table. Spectral Knight, pretty solid. Can't do anything about it. I can only deal 5 damage to it. So we're going to play Fen Creeper to protect my interest and hit him in the face for 3. So, okay, so there's the 3 damage I didn't get to deal last turn. This guy would have only dealt 2 damage, so I got 1 of the damage back. I think I made the right choice of how to do things. Now, he can't kill the Fen Creeper unless he has a Dark Iron Dwarf. If he plays Dark Iron Dwarf here, I'd say he's actually on track to win the game, because then this thing will kill my Fen Creeper. He's a priest, so he'll be able to heal up the damage. I'm only going to get him down to half health anyway. Abusive Sergeant would achieve the same thing. He's got a Temple Enforcer. Now that's not quite the same. So it gives him a lot of survivability on that Spectral Knight, but it does let my Fen Creeper live, which opens up my options. So I could play I could just throw these guys both in at the Spectral Knight, and this guy will live. He'll get popped. He'll be up to the 6/6. Then I just play a Boulder Fist Ogre. Try to trump his 6 guy with mine. I could ignore his stuff. I could rely on the Taunt and the Divine Shield to keep my minions alive. Well, this guy will die, so the Taunter will die, then the Divine Shield will protect the other one. And then I hit him for 6 damage down to 12, put down a Boulder Fist Ogre. Alright, we're going to try that. I feel like if I try the slow way, he's just going to overwhelm me. So let's do this, see what he's got. If he plays Shadow Word Death, I'll have 4 mana left over, so the real question is what can he do with 4 mana besides heal himself? The nice thing about dealing damage to him is now he really has to heal himself, rather than his Temple Enforcer. The Spectral Knight he actually can't heal. If I mentioned earlier that he would, I was wrong because this is untargetable. So let's say he runs in, these guys now die to Flame Strike, so Flame Strike actually becomes useful after they exert themselves, killing my Fen Creeper. He could have a Holy Smite or a Holy Nova. That would actually allow him to kill the Fen Creeper off, but he doesn't have those. Man, I don't know what he has. He doesn't have Shadow Word Pain, he doesn't have Holy Smite or Holy Nova. He must have a Shadow Word Death, right? Alright, he has Velen's Chosen, which is very strong here. However, that guy will still die to Flame Strike, so the real question is he actually going to heal that Temple Enforcer at the expense of healing himself? He's got to heal himself. He knows he's up against a mage. He doesn't know how bad this deck is. He doesn't know it has no fireballs. He should really heal himself, I think, objectively. Oh my gosh, he actually goes for the heal on the Temple Enforcer. Well, I think that was objectively a mistake, but it ends up being good for him here, because it makes me pop my Divine Shield against this guy. Whereas otherwise I could have just hit him in the face and kept my Divine Shield on. So that was a mistake that worked out well, but I cannot fathom justifying against a mage staying at 12 health. So, yeah, that works out well for him. Now, smoke is cleared. He's got 5 cards to my 5. I have a card advantage here, a stealth creature that might be able to hit him for 5 damage there. I think I'm in good shape to win this just because of the life advantage. Now, I've only got a 3/3 and he's got the play, so that's like his advantage, is that he can maybe play something really huge. Sunwalker would be difficult to deal with if I don't get my polymorph. He plays a Coda, which doesn't kill anything, which is fine by me. And he heals himself up. Okay. Got a couple of options here. I could play fair. I could run this into the Kodo, finish it off with Stormwind Knight. Or I can keep trying to, you know, fight dirty. I think I'm actually going to do this. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to fight fair here because I get to drop a really good minion, this Trog. So, because I was able to drop a good 4-drop here, I figured it was worth it to keep his board clear. And he had a really unimpressive turn 8, so that tells me he doesn't have anything good going on in his hand. He's going to Holy Fire that thing and heal up a bunch. Okay, so that's pretty good for him. Now he's not at threat of imminent death. There's a Demolisher. I can't quite kill it with the ping, and I don't want to use Polymorph against it. Okay, so I think now is the time to actually intellect and see if I can get a good answer to that. And I do. Well, I actually got 2 good answers to it. Yowza. So we're going to do this. Hit the Demolisher, ping it, and that's it. I could have played the Wolf to get the extra damage, but then everything would have died to Holy Nova. I don't need to expose myself to that kind of thing. So he's got 4 cards to my 6. I mean, I'm just winning fairly now. Ah, that's a very good card for him. It's going to kill one of my minions and give him a card. So he's now got 5 to my 6, just like that. He's going to give it a bunch of health. Okay. Alright, I think this is definitely the time for Cone of Cold. So we're going to do that. And think. If I play the Wolf, I can't play the Tiger. I really want to play the Tiger. So let's play the Tiger. Hit him for 6 damage. And now these guys can't kill my minions. He didn't have Holy Nova, or I'm sure he would have played it. So I'm threatening lethal here. 5, 8, 11. Okay, not lethal. 12, 13, 14. He'll be at 15. So I'm 1 shy of lethal. With a polymorph in case he plays a taunt. Alright, he top decks a Holy Smite, which is very good for him. I'm glad he didn't have it any earlier than this. He plays a Defender of Argus to make his guys even bigger. Wow, I gotta give him some credit. He's hanging on in there really well, but I'm starting to eke out the win just by getting more cards against him. He again heals up his Temple Enforcer, which is again a mistake, especially because it only heals for 1. He should have healed himself against a mage. And this time it's a mistake that's going to cost him because I've got a polymorph for this guy anyway. The question is, do I play Cold Light Oracle? I don't think I need to do that. Yeah, we're just going to polymorph this, play the Wolf, hit this thing, ping it, and I'm going to kill off his sheep. We're gonna play this guy there to make the Shattered Sun Cleric protect the Wolf. He didn't have Holy Nova before, when he definitely would have played it. So unless he top decks it, I'm not afraid of Holy Nova now, and I've got a way to refill my hand. Maybe even get that Clockwork Giant to use against the opponent. Cult Master. All right, this is actually fine because the Clockwork Giant's in here somewhere. I might as well. I'm probably going to get it if this game goes much longer. So the fact that he's drawing some cards for himself is really good. Alright, let's see what he's got. He's got 4 cards to my 4, but a life disadvantage, and this is a summoning sick minion, so there's, 11 damage that is sort of coming his way here. He needs removal, removal, and more removal. Holy Nova would be terrific for him because it would kill 2 creatures and heal him for 2. Doesn't have it. He's got Shadow Word Death, which is a bit underwhelming, and it also, means that my Giant is a little bit safer if I should draw him. Which I do. Good old Bloodsail Corsair. Well, before we attack into this Cult Master, I'm gonna draw some cards, see what we can get. Ogre Mega. Have I played that a single time? All right, there's the Giant. I think it makes sense to hit him in the face. And since he drew 3 cards since I last saw him, 2 from this and 1 first turn, I think I'll be safe and kill this off. Then we'll play the Ogre Magi, which is difficult for him to kill, ping him in the face, and pass the turn. Okay, so this thing is going to cost... I'm willing to spend my whole turn to play it, so as long as he doesn't play 4 cards this turn, that Giant's going to come down. He's already used a Shadow Word Death. Mind Control wouldn't save him because then I'd still have all the minions to attack him with. Got my Corsair, whom I seem to get every single game. He heals up! Oh my god, this guy is hanging on in there. And Dancing Swords, that's actually good for me because it gives me a card on my turn. And this Giant will be playable, although I cannot ping, which is unfortunate because it's going to be harder to kill the healer without being able to ping. Okay. Let's see, 4, 6, 8 damage, down to 7. I think I should play a little bit safe. Let's go ahead and kill that off. Give myself a card. Harvest Golem, solid. Let's play this and hit him in the face for 4. I'm going to play this guy because I don't care anymore and he doesn't have any weapons. Might as well get that down here and start tickling him with it. So does he have a Mind Control? If he has a Mind Control, he steals this, kills a creature. I hit him for 3. That's not enough to kill him. I could actually lose this. I don't know how he hung on for as long as he did. He like had all the removal, he just didn't have it at the right times, but then he top decked it later and hung in there. We're at 8 cards and 9 cards, respectively. He has the mind control. Wow, I might actually lose this now. Oh my god. So obnoxious. Crazed Alchemist isn't gonna help me at the moment. Actually, it sort of does. I'm gonna be a little bit safe here. Well, see, if I could hit him down to 7, down to 6, but he can heal himself more than I can ping him, and he can just clear up my board. So I might as well clear the board on my terms. Let's play out all my stuff, hit him for 2. I've used Polymorph, I have no answers to this. No fireballs to burn him out with. I don't think I have any burn at all. I've used Wolf Rider, I've used the Stormwind Knight. Flame Cannon, which does not target the opponent. Arcane Explosion, which doesn't target the opponent. Flame Strike doesn't target the opponent. Yeah, I don't think I have any burn. I've just got to trickle the damage through. He's got 5 cards to my 4, but he's going to get to kill one of my cards. This Berserker will die to the Giant. So he's got 5 cards to 3. I am not going to hit Fatigue. He does that, which is interesting. So it basically heals the Clockwork Giant for 2. That's fine. What else does he have for his mana? Let's say he heals up to 11, 6, take him down to 5, take him down to 4, but then he can kill 2 of my creatures. Yeah, can't kill him. I've already used my Tiger, already used my Ogre. I think I have a Sludge Belcher. That would be good. If he doesn't have a second Mind Control, Sludge Belcher would be really good because it would protect my other stuff from the Giant. The Wolf doesn't make any difference. He heals up. Kills off one of my 2/2s. I can only... oh no, he killed my Berserker with the Giant, right. Even though we're getting low on life, or on cards, excuse me, I gotta do this. I gotta fish for as many answers as I can find. Water Elemental is very solid, so we'll play that off, and now we gotta think. Is it worth it to hit him in the face for 6, or should I stop and kill some minions? I think killing the Wolf makes sense. The Shrinkmeister... I think killing that makes sense. It stops him from having the easy kill on the Acolyte. Now he has to make a choice. He can either kill the Acolyte, wasting a lot of this Giant's potential, or he can let the Acolyte go, but then I can ping the Acolyte for an extra card. I'm just going to run to Fatigue here because I've got 30 health, so my odds of dying to Fatigue are very small. What I'm more likely to die to is him just overwhelming me and killing me, so I got to get all the cards I can. Kills my biggest minion, which makes sense. This thing won't attack the following turn, though. Force Tank Max. Well, if he has a way to give this taunt, I'm sure he's going to win. If he has this Unfree Protector right now, he wins the game. He doesn't have it, okay. So this thing is annoying, but at least I can still keep playing stuff. I can actually silence it. I don't know what good that would do, really. Let's get a card for the Acolyte. Flame Cannon. Not actually helpful, unfortunately. I'm gonna play... Well, hang on. I'm gonna pop the Divine Shield. Actually, do I want to pop the Divine Shield, or do I just want to hit him in the face? I think I need to deal as much damage to him as I can. So let's get rid of the Divine Shield, mostly just to get a 1/1 than anything else. Hit him in the face for 5 damage. This is turning into quite the epic thing here. Let's begrudge the fact that this is Flame Cannon and not Fireball. Alright, so he can kill one of my minions, probably the Crazed Alchemist. Then I have 2 for 5 damage left. Flame Cannon's really useless here because it's just not going to do anything. But if I get a Flame Strike, which I think I still have 1 more Flame Strike here, I could be in good shape. Okay, he again uses a Shrinkmeister to protect the damage on his minion. Got 5 damage, 6 with ping. He's at 7 health. Does he have any more removal or taunt? He has a taunt, which kills all of my minions. Wow. Alright, that's a thing that just happened. So, at least it'll damage some of his stuff. But yeah, the fact that this just stuff all dies to his thing. If I had kept the Owl, I could have silenced this, which would have been better. Oh, damn, that Unstable Ghoul saves him from 5 damage. Arcane Explosion doesn't really help me because, it's gonna kill all my stuff anyway, so I'm going to run that in. Do that. My Golem back, which unfortunately is summoning sick. We're going to do that. I drew so many cards that I'm actually not going to be able to win on Fatigue. The only way that I could possibly win is if I actually get a minion to stick. The last card, if I'm not mistaken, is Flame Strike. So, what's the only way that I can actually do this? Oh, man. If I Flame Cannon and it hits this, he'll attack it like that. I'm not going to survive long enough for him to die to fatigue. I can't draw 5 cards, and I've got a Flame Strike. So this thing has to survive. Oh my god, I'm actually going to lose this game. Unfreaking-leavable. I thought I had it for sure, but he just, I mean, he stole my Clockwork Giant, and that was really good. Shit. Alright, well, let's Flame Cannon it up. Of course it hits that, because of course it does. So there's really no point in playing that Mech Warper. I have to hope he overextends against Flame Strike. I play this, and it can hit him a bunch of times. Kind of long odds on that, but yeah, so what we're reduced to here. And of course I might even be wrong if that's not Flame Strike, then I am in very bad shape indeed. Oh, man alive. Can't believe I'm going to lose this game. So let's see how much he's going to extend against Flame Strike. There's 1 extension, but whatever this is, he's hanging on to it. For 7 damage. I think it's his first time dealing damage to me. I was correct, that is Flame Strike. Arcane Explosion. God, I wish this worked so I could hang on to Flame Strike, but if I Arcane Explosion, I can only ping off one of these. The other one lives. So we Flame Strike, play the Mech Warper. I can't, unfortunately, ping him. And then we start taking fatigue damage. So does he have anything? This is the only thing that deals damage to him. I'm dealing a net of 3 damage to him per turn. No, a net of 1, because he heals himself up to make up for the Mech Warper's damage. Okay, I'm going to lose the game because I cannot survive 4 fatigue draws, I don't think. Oh, my lord, that was frustrating. Well, there's nothing I can do here. I'm just going to hit him in the face. Hit him in the face. I'll do that because I might as well. Pass the turn. Crap. If he had like 3 less cards in his deck, I might actually win the fatigue war, but by the time I draw 3 more times, I'm going to be taking like 5 damage a pop, so it's going to just be over. And I have no more minions. Right, so he's just going to get to heal up, and I will die. I am going to lose this, right? Well, I don't know. Let's just do this. Now he has to heal it up or it'll die. He's got 2 cards there. He's going to have to draw fatigue 5 times. Well, less, because I can ping him. I don't know. I think I'm actually screwed, though. Oh, man. He actually does that now, huh? Okay. So, yes, I lost this for sure. Alright, well, that was a good game. But I lost it in the end. I'm sure there was something I could have done to win it. Maybe not play the Giant. Maybe hit him in the face more aggressively. Or hit him in the face less aggressively. Lots of choices were made, and the end result is that I lost. So thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and or subscribe if you did. And I'll see you again soon with the rest of this run. This misbegotten run that went all the way to 12, and the beginning of a new one. Take care.